Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Johnny Royal. I am the director for American Magick, written and created by Carroll Poke Runyon. Right there. Woo! And welcome to the red carpet world premiere of American Magick. 4 years ago, almost to the day, we rolled our very first camera on this project. It was 2021. We couldn't have imagined then that it would take over 4 years to arrive here tonight, sharing this story with all of you. What began as a whisper between history and myth has become a living invocation, a cinematic exploration of the human spirit, of ritual and the search for light within the labyrinth of darkness and shadow. First, I want to honor someone without whom this project could never exist. Poke, would you please stand up? Come on your feet, everybody. Everybody up. Give this man the credit he deserves. There he is, right there. Carroll Poke Runyon, everybody. Writer, creator, and executive producer for this amazing television miniseries, American Magick.
Let's not forget Max.
I won't. I got him in here. All right. Let's let Poke sit down. All right. The rest of you can sit down too. As a visionary author, filmmaker, and ceremonial magician, Poke, your writings and teachings built the foundation of this entire work for which we are about to see. You are a friend, a brother, and you have been a father to me in many ways. And I love you and I thank you for that. And I thank you for trusting me with your writings to create and bring forth your vision onto the big screen. Your lifetime of scholarship gave us not just material, but meaning. American Magick stands as a reflection of your world and all of ours. This is just a small piece of your legacy, my brother, my mentor, my friend, and as I said, my father. And it is my highest honor to bring your philosophy and your magic to the screen. To Lawren Freebody Runyon. Stand up, please. Whose tireless work on the Hermetic Hour helped shape the story behind the man Poke. Lawren, your decades of conversational insight and conversation have helped to give this series its soul. Really in post when we were kind of at a standstill trying to figure out certain things. So we are forever grateful to you for that. Thank you. To Maximilian Paul, where are you? There he is. All right, this guy. The redheaded stepchild. True warrior. Writer, performer, editor, producer, your creativity and courage carried this vision from script to screen with me. So many sleepless nights. I mean, we did 16-hour shifts for 6 months in a row. And at one point, he just took over and started driving remotely on the edit because I fell asleep and I was just so exhausted. He was like snoring, and he was like, "I know you're sleeping, but it's fine." And we put everything we had into it in the post. And so thank you for staying up for so many sleepless nights on the editing bay remotely and in person, driving up to Lake Arrowhead, which is not an easy drive, shaping and crafting what we are about to see tonight. You are truly gifted, and this would not have been finished without you. And tonight we celebrate you not only for your art, but also congratulate you and your wife, Jen. Jen, who is also in the series, plays Astarte, not to be confused, my little love of Astarte, with the goddess Astarte, on the arrival of your new baby. Any day now. Maybe tonight. Who knows? To my wife, Angel Royal, who's also about to pop. Producer, showrunner, and the heart of Praetorian Motion Pictures, your leadership and clarity guided this production through every storm. Everything that breathes within American Magick bears your touch. You caught things that even my directorial eyes did not catch. You're like, let's get that cable out of the shot. To our children, River and Astarte Royal. Yeah, there she is. Astarte will take the applause. River is kind of laid back. You are the living light of this legacy. And also, my daughter, Astarte, she has a junior production credit on this series, and she is up for a Guinness Book of World Records for the youngest person in the world to ever be credited for a TV miniseries on crew. So that's pretty cool. River, your work as an associate producer and assistant editor was brilliant beyond your years. You got your first one when you were 7 on the movie Illuminated. And you are very gifted. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be your father. And tonight, Angel and I are thrilled to share that our family continues to grow as our third child is on the way. We're still going back and forth about the name. Boy, Xerxes, Saturn, lots of different names. Anyways, now I'd like to acknowledge those who made this vision possible. Would the cast please stand? All the cast members. Ray, stand up. I know you don't want to, but stand up. Yeah, there we go. There's more of you, but okay. You gave voice and emotion to timeless ideas. You transformed philosophy into humanity, and thank you. Thank you very much. Would the crew please stand up that are here tonight?
Here we are.
A few of them. From the first slate in 2021 to the final render this year, your dedication turned long nights and impossible challenges into art. Among you, 2 individuals deserve special recognition. Charlie Gray, stand up. Our director of photography. Your lens became the visual language of American Magick. You painted the unseen with light and depth. Thank you, Charlie. Greg Dombrowski. Our composer. All the beautiful music, the sound design, everything you're going to hear tonight, done by this man. Your score gave this series its pulse. Standing beside your celebrated work with A24 Studios on Hereditary, The Green Knight, and Under the Skin, Greg, what you created here is nothing short of transcendent, and I remain your biggest fan. Before we begin the screening, just a few extra special thanks, which I'm going to skip over because they're not here, so whatever. 4 years ago, this was a dream. Tonight, it becomes a living ritual. So thank you for believing. Thank you for standing with us. And now, let's raise the curtain on American Magick. Poke Runyon, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause. And now, lights, camera, action.
Everybody stand up, please. Poke Runyon, everybody. Come on. Get up. So we're going to do a quick Q&A.
Wait a minute. The first thing I want to do is I want to make a little errata on what you've just seen, because Max wrote at least half of this, what you've seen. And I wanted him to have the credit with me in the beginning, but somehow or other it didn't get done. Because he wrote, what?
Yeah, it was.
What?
My name was up there.
It was up
Oh,
there.
your name's been up there, but not in the beginning. I said written by Poke Runyon and Maximilian Paul.
Yeah, it does. It features separately. It goes
Okay, separately, but I want to make sure that that's understood. He wrote at least half of the script. And he did a huge amount of research. Yeah, okay.
So we have a couple minutes for a quick Q&A. Any questions?
Yeah.
What's the plan with all these mini?
With the series?
Yeah.
So October 30th, which is next week, it premieres on Apple TV. And then shortly after that, it goes worldwide on pretty much every streamer you can think of. And to all English, French, Parisian, which I was informed is a different dialect than just calling it French, and German territories around the world. So we're looking at about 100 plus countries with this. Next question. Don't be shy. Yes.
Are you guys gonna continue on adding more episodes as it goes?
That's a question for you, Poke.
What was the question?
Are we going to continue doing more stuff?
I've got an idea that I think you're going to like, but I'm not going to discuss it right now. But when I do, I think you're going to love it. But I'll give you this much of a teaser. When we started the OTA, what was really going on in Los Angeles was witchcraft, Wicca, various Wiccas, and our wonderful priestess Ann Finnan, who you saw in the film, Sister Urania, she was one of the Wiccan priestesses of the Robert Gravesian school of Celtic witchcraft, and my good friend Ed Sitch, of course, was Gardnerian, and that was what was going on, and that was what was going on, and that was replacing magic, because even though Jack Parsons had been doing it before the war and all that, but the Manson thing, that just ruined magic in Los Angeles at that time. And what we tried to do was put Solomonic magic and witchcraft back together, because they were together originally. And European witchcraft came out of Solomonic ceremonial magic. And don't just take my word for it. Get the Book of Solomon's Magic, look at the Ostia Medallion, and then read Gerald Gardner's High Magic's Aid. And you're going to find out that witchcraft and Solomonic ceremonial magic go together. They go together, and somehow we're going to put them back together, and that's what I'm talking about, Johnny. That's the idea I have, and I think you're going to like it.
So the answer is yes. We have time for one more question. We'll do both of you questions. So go ahead.
It's kind of off topic, but will we ever see a sequel to Beyond Lemuria? Oh, Beyond Atlantis?
Well, I think what he's talking about is that it might pick up there, but I'll let Poke answer that.
Well, rephrase the question for me so I know what.
He wants to know if there's going to be a sequel to Beyond Lemuria.
Well, I had a sequel worked up called Beyond Atlantis, but
You talked about it.
we talked about it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Not unless the history. Let's wait for the History Channel to finally get sense enough to recognize Shaver. And when I say the History Channel, I'm really talking about Prometheus. When they finally get sense enough to realize that old Dick Shaver, he was the one who really talked about the ancient astronauts. And he knew about the ancient astronauts. And when they finally realize that and give him and that poor old midget Palmer and give them credit, give them ancient alien credit and do something, then maybe we can do something.
All right. The last question, Brian.
I was curious about Lewis Cullen. Was he involved with the OTA in the early days?
Well, old Lou was our senior advisor for years. He was the first of the old guard that we really got a hold of. And by the way, I mentioned this. How many of you have seen The Chemical Wedding or Aleister Crowley, the movie? Yeah,
Me too.
you're not picking up on it. Well, anyway, old Lou Culling got permission from Crowley after Parsons blew, after Hubbard ran off with Parsons' girl and his money and everything else, and he wrote Crowley a letter, told Crowley all about it, and then Crowley later he requested an OTO charter independent of the OTO, and Crowley gave him one. He said you can have an OTO lodge independent of California Grand Lodge, but when you're ready to take the full responsibility. And he turned that charter over to me, and instead of forming an OTO lodge, what I did with it was I formed the OTO Collegium out of their own constitution, and I published Jack Parsons' Freedom as a Two-Edged Sword. And that was the first publication. And that if you haven't read Freedom as a Two-Edged Sword, oh God, you've got to read that. It's in our omnibus, our Seventh Ray omnibus. And now well, anyway, does that answer the question?
Yeah, I know that he knew Jack Parsons, right?
I didn't know Jack Parsons, but I sure knew Culling. And by the way, when I was getting around to it, in that movie Crowley, they call it Crowley in this country. The original title is The Chemical Wedding. But in that film, in the beginning of the film, an actor by the name of John Shrapnel does a wonderful job of playing Crowley, who is just about dead. And he gets the letter from Culling, the very letter I'm talking about. He gets the letter from Culling and he reads it right on camera. And he reads this letter. He opens it up. My Californian lodge has been corrupted by a reader and a writer of science fiction. And that's Culling's letter. And so when you see the film and you see that, you realize that. And that resulted in the OTO charter that I got. And so I published Jack's Freedom as a Two-Edged Sword. Probably because it deserved to be published, and it deserves to be written, to be read now. Okay, anyway.
Excellent.
Any more questions?
That's it. Round of applause for Poke Runyon, please. And Poke, we have a gift for you here. So,
Well, can I trade back the microphone for it?
yeah, here, let me get the microphone.
Oh, you're going to give me a poster.
Oh, it's not just a poster. So typically, when you have a premiere, you have these what are called key art posters. And there's only 2 that are originals that are made. One goes to the director, one goes to the creator, producer, writer. And so Poke, this is one of 2 in the world that only exist, and it's an heirloom, and it's from us to you. So I hope you enjoy it, frame it. And that's the key art. You'll recognize that on all the streamers coming out. So thank you everybody for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it. We hope you did. And again, one more time for Carroll Poke Runyon.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Johnny, for all the work you put into this. And I didn't make it easy for you.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. but I had to fight. And do you remember when you saw the rose growing in my hand, and you saw 3 little letters? I left my machine. Those three little letters. I had to get those in there, because when I'm growing the rose, that's part of the way you grow the rose. You use the Gollum tetragrammaton. That's not Yahweh's tetragrammaton. That's the tetragrammaton you use to create the column, and that's a left machine. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank you, Johnny, for doing this thing and putting up with me and putting up with all my. I love you. Oh, I love you too. Putting up with all my Kabbalistic bullshit.